Look at this thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies of Jerusalem, and why did it downwards treasured sites in Christianity?
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Monday, December 13th, 2021. We are just about halfway through the very last month of the year. It is the way. It is the way to 2022. I'm very excited about this new year that's coming on, because 2021 was great. You have to admit, you can't look back and say it hasn't been. We had the 180-day dump. Wow, was that great or what? That was the best dump I've ever seen. Get out of here. We had a near miss. Actually, they should call it a near hit of American Airlines back in February. Almost got hit by a hypersonic missile or something. We don't know. It could have been routine. It could have been part of the plan. But nonetheless, it happened. It was fantastic. Oh, wait. What else did we have just recently? Oh, yeah. The non-transparent office inside of the Pentagon, inside of the DOD. It's like one of those little Russian toys you keep taking off and opening up the egg, and there's a little one of the same object inside, and then you open up that egg, and then there's another little one that's even smaller, and then smaller. What's the name of that little Russian game they play? Who cares, really? It's Russia. Well, I hope you guys are ready. My 9-to-5ers making it through the first Monday. The first Monday? Where was I going with that one? First day of the week, you dinmrod. That's what I meant to say. You did it. You're good. You're good to go. We got a Lee guy throwing up 5 bones. Thanks for doing a show on my birthday. I've gotten drunk. I'm not sure how long I will last, but thank you. The Baconator's birthday? Ma, hurry it up. Hurry. We've got the Baconator. Hold on, Baconator, you son of a... Oh, I can't believe this guy's birthday. Just, some people, they just don't know when to get born. You know what I mean? Just hold on there, will you big birthday guy, you. I can't believe it's your birthday. This is phenomenal. What a day, everybody. Can you believe this day? I can't believe it either. It's unbelievable. What's the matter? It's his birthday, though. Wait, what? What is he doing? No, that's another Lee. You got the wrong Lee. Oh, boy. I tell you, sometimes people, All right, everybody. Thank God I got this song up in time. We're going to sing it. Happy birthday to Lee. Yeah. Birthday to Lee. Happy birthday to Lee Guy, the Baconator. Happy birthday to you. Come on, you suckers. He's here every night. He's putting up the good fight. I never heard this version before, but this is the greatest night in Goof On history, other than the last birthday party we had for Corlin. And Lee, thank you very much, man. Is this better for you? Would this do better? There we go. What's going on? I hear music from all over the place. What's going on?
What are they?
What are they?
Why are they?
Why is Lee here?
Do they mean?
Who's this guy? What does he do? Thank you, man. Happy birthday to you. Anybody else have a birthday? For $5, I'll sing. I'm joking. That's just rude. How rude. Missus so happy. It's Lee's birthday time. Oh, thanks, Jar Jar. Ah, he's such a great guy. I saw that. What? Oh, roll call. Oh, all right. We'll do a quick roll call. Tina Mobley, welcome to the show. Tacey Hale, show welcomes you. Sky Allen, welcome to the show. Complizzert, the show welcomes you. IR Film, he knows the way. Welcome to the show. On the Rise, HH. Happy Hearth Day? Nah, but welcome to the show. Zach Diecast Montu, welcome to the show. Dorothy Hawkins, welcome to the show. Coral Ann, welcome to the show. B. Baker, look at that, back to back. Coral Ann and B. Baker, back to back. What are they called? Submissions? What do they do here? Moderators, I'm pulling your legs. Welcome to the show, to both of yous. Hey, we do have a lot of new people here that came over from the third phase of Moon. I noticed I've gotten a few messages from people who are new here. So welcome to Goof On. Yeah, that video that I did with Michael Schratt, they put it up on third phase of Moon. And holy mackerel. It was nice to get a nice boost. I tell you, that interview was fun as hell. VDog55, welcome to the show. If you haven't caught it, check it out. It was only a few days ago. Ghost Rider, welcome to the show. I'm not going to do these forever. Gigi Abulin, welcome to the show. 10 seconds. Liz G, welcome to the show. Dre and Glow, that is the tempo. Welcome to the show. So, SpaceX Exposure. Welcome to the show. Patrick Ruthven, welcome to the show. I don't know where, are you new? Mary Young Sliwa, welcome to the show. And Walt Cobbin, welcome to the show. And the Stragglers, well, Nathan was here, welcome to the show. Aaron was already here, welcome to the show. Who's just come through that door? Jill Tate's here. All right, we can start now. Welcome to the show. I told you, when Jill gets here, we start. Other than that, we'll have a birthday party. Steven's here. From Truth Seekers? Really? He had a nice little show going today. Had the paranormal, the UFO strippers. It's a joke, it wasn't. But that was a good show so far. I couldn't stay for the whole thing. I had to get this thing set up, unfortunately. I was listening. Welcome to the show, Chris Rages. All right, let's get started. Everybody, if I didn't catch your name, doesn't mean I don't like you. I love you just the same. But you got to get here early if you want to be in the roll call. And I'm not going to be doing roll call. Maybe just, I'm going to just go over it. It takes a long time. It doesn't. I'm just going to do it for 1 minute. We're going to go back to 1 minute roll calls. What's up, Billy Henderson? Welcome to the show. Who's this guy or girl? Space and Jason 9 Instagram fork. Welcome to the show. Ooh. Two Moons Rising. Welcome to the show. Offworld Skeletor. Welcome to the show. Did I say hi to Tina? If I didn't, I'll say it again. Tina Mobley. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. Got your email. Tina has Gypsy Jewelers. Just go to any show's description all the way to the bottom and click on the link that has Gypsy Jewelers. Because she is... What is she? The Gypsy Jeweler. I was thinking of the Gypsy King. I can't wait for that fight with his son. See, this is what I would talk about on my man show. Because why is this guy going to be fighting Jake Paul? All Jake Paul has fought was 50-year-old, 40-year-old retired boxers and MMA fighters with subpar records that have been retired. He just makes me laugh. He's so ridiculous to the world we live in. Why am I even talking about Jake Paul? Who is Jake Paul, really? He's just a boy in a man's body, and he thinks he can. I don't know how the guy did it. He's from my neck of the woods where I grew up. If I saw that kid acting that way in my neighborhood when I was 20-something, it would be Rich Paul. It's a shame. It's a shame I didn't listen to my dad. Tucker Carlson did a nice interview with one of our favorites, Lou Elizondo, a few days ago. I just want to warm you up to the show because we're going to be talking about Elizondo and Mellon. Elizondo. I read Mellon and Elizondo at the same time. That's how I did that. If that's what you really want to know. But, yeah, I said it on the show, but now I'm making it the show. Not for a while. I'm just going to say it one time. I wanted it to be the main thing I talk about today because I'm really annoyed. Surprise. But Elizondo and Mellon have literally no business poking their nose around Avi Loeb's little project over there. We'll talk about that. It's real dangerous what's going on. But I want to play this, get you warmed up for the show. Here is the interview, Fox.
Here is, why is the government, after promising not to do this repeatedly, still hiding information on something that is very much in the public interest, which is, what are these things?
Shocker! Like, we don't say that. All right, I'm trying not to interrupt. Ooh, look at him. He's about to say, forget about it.
We know they're real. We don't know what they are. We probably have a right to know that. It's our government, after all, but they're still hiding it from us. Why? Lou Elizondo is one of the world's experts.
We pay them to.
Expert on this. He used to study UFOs for the Pentagon. He joins us tonight. Lou, thanks so much for coming on. So let's just go right to motive. We know these are real. We know the Pentagon takes them seriously, if not in public. Why in the world would they still be hiding this information from us?
Looks like Lou's going with the Jack Ryan beard. Looks like he got a little svelte. Does it look like Lou lost weight? Oh, he's wearing all black. He got a haircut, and he's growing out Christmas. Look at this guy. Who are you fooling?
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of peculiar, isn't it, Tucker, that, really the day before Thanksgiving, the Pentagon decides to announce the creation of this office when they've had, 4 years to do it beforehand. I do think it is a good idea to have a centralized office.
Yes.
I'm not so sure that it's good to put it where they want to put it. At the end of the
Where? At the end of the hall? On the first floor? Come on, Lou. You're the one who started the lying. You're the one that told us you're going to get us all this transparency. You did. Even though you put the little caveat or addendum on the end of that by saying, no, it's not done yet. It's not 100% done, but we're fairly certain. We're fairly certain you're going to get transparency. It's going to go to Congress once a year. Anything we find, anybody get injured, right? Any close encounters? There was like 4 or 5 things that they would be transparent on. But that got taken away with the AOI MSG, sadly. And rightfully so. Look, I'm not all for the government. I'm not. I don't like the secrecy, but I understand it. Now, if you think we shouldn't have UFO secrecy, you're wrong. We need to have it. Now, I'll tell you why in a minute. I'll play the rest of this, and I think you'll find my answer rather soothing.
The day, the organization they want to put it under is my old office. It's the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence, which is an oversight capability, not an operational capability. And plus, there are still some of the old elements in that organization that really didn't do us much favors when I...
So Lou's old office is the overseers of everything, which in layman's terms, which it already is, but in our terms, that means they're not going to release anything important. So Lou is saying it's from his old office. How much do we have left? I have to talk. If I don't talk in between this, YouTube dings you. I don't like being dinged. Donged is okay, but no ding. So now he's talking. I'll rewind it a second because it's important. He's talking about where the office is located.
didn't do us much favors when I was running the program 4 years ago.
Right. Well, that's obvious. In fact, if it weren't for you effectively blowing the whistle, we wouldn't be having this conversation in the first place. So speculate in your informed way about their motive. Like, what do they know that they don't want us to know, do you think?
Well, if I could be completely forthcoming, I think they don't know a lot.
Anytime somebody says, look, I'm going to be honest, or can I be honest, or I'm going to be forthright, I'm going to be forthcoming, they're lying to you. The next thing that comes out of their mouth.
Completely forthcoming, I think they don't know a lot, and that in itself is probably what they don't want to necessarily have a conversation.
Wait a second. They don't know a lot? But wait, that contradicts what Lou used to say. We know things, and we can't show you things, because if we showed you things, you would freak out things. Even though Lou was never showed anything, he was shown something, according to him. And maybe Lockheed, of all places, yeah. That's right. Because when asked that question by Third Phase of Moon on another show, Lou stuttered, I can't talk about that. Oh, it might have been Dr. J Radio Live.
A lot, and that in itself is probably what they don't want to necessarily have a conversation about.
Got it.
Recently, when you listen to the Pentagon spokesperson, no offense, but there's no indication that they're going to be open and forthcoming with the American people. When you look at the legislation that has been presented in this NDAA, National Defense Authorization Act, this is historic. I mean, this basically tells the U.S. government, both the Director of National Intelligence and the Secretary of Defense, you will report to Congress both at the classified and the unclassified.
Oh my God! How gullible does he think we are? This Lou Kardashian. Got it, Lee guy. Thanks for the $2. That's a reminder I needed, actually. What is going on here? I'm going to play this back because I just think it's important we have this discussion for a few minutes, okay? Because I want to tell you, this guy's contradicting himself. And what I just heard, I want to make sure I heard. This is the first time I'm watching this, believe it or not.
Oh, that they don't want us to know, do you think?
And I said, believe it or not, after I told you. So it means I'm being truthful. If I said, believe it or not, then I said it, then I'd be untruthful. No, that's not true. But most of the times it is. All right, stop with the talking about nothing.
What do they know that they don't want us to know?
Good answer. Good question.
Well, if I could be completely forthcoming, I think they don't know a lot, and that in itself is probably what they don't want to necessarily have a conversation about. Right. Even recently, when you listen to the Pentagon spokesperson, no offense, but there's no indication that they're going to be open and forthcoming with the American people. When you look at the legislation that has been presented in this NDAA, National Defense Authorization Act, this is historic. I mean, this basically tells the U.S. government, both the Director of National Intelligence and the Secretary of Defense, you will report to Congress both at the classified and the unclassified versions. And oh, by the way, you're going to create a field team. You're going to create a capability to go out and not just sit back and relax and wait for information to come to you, but you now have to be proactive. You have to go out and actually collect that information as it's happening, and then you have to report it to us. And last but not least, if there's information that you can't report because it's too classified, you have to report that fact to Congress too. So,
oh my God. Wow. What a pile of bullshit. None of that's gonna happen. How many times does the government break the law? The Constitution of the United States is walked all over with the government. And they'll tell you we can do what we want because we're the government. I know we're for the people. We're also by the people. You want us to keep this a secret from you. Well, what Lou just said is something I have been saying for years, and a lot of people out there, including some of you, have said, no, you're wrong, Rich. And I know I might be. Most likely I am. But I said, what if they don't have anything? Well, we learned by listening to Michael Schratt, if that was the first time you've ever listened to him, that the government is definitely hiding stuff. People have seen it. People have reported it. It doesn't mean it's alien, though. It doesn't mean it is a UFO. But if Lou, contradicting Lou, what's his name? What was his name again? Lee? Lou, I can't believe I forgot. Oh, yeah, here it is. Lou Kardashian, because he loves being in the spotlight. If Lou Kardashian just contradicted himself. Here's a guy who's with ATIP and says he's been chasing down UFOs and and all this other stuff. Wasn't really happy with everything, but we know it was bullshit. Everything's totally like a disinformation campaign. And he mentions how, and they come out right before Thanksgiving. Thursday? Wednesday? Who cares? What does it matter? What day it comes out that they announced this AOI MSG office? You, me, and everybody, including Lou, knew there would be no transparency. So why all of this campaigning, championing nothing? Yeah, the office is there, but it's only replacing and including Lou's old office, the UAPTF. It's really nothing. This is a story about nothing. Because we get nothing. And Lou is sitting here getting excited, smiling, smirking like he's the cat that swallowed the canary, like he knows something, when he just said it's possible we know nothing, and that's the conversation the government's afraid to have, which is bullshit. Do you ever notice that? It ain't China. It ain't Russia. The government doesn't know anything. We do not, or most likely don't have that kind of weaponry. He's all over the charts. If I could speak, he's all over. All right, let's finish this out.
So this is really a fantastic. I mean, it's huge. It's very comprehensive.
Oh, look, he's showing us papers, everybody. Look at that. He's got papers. And look, there's nothing on it. Yeah, maybe the underside, but still, a busy person has writing on both sides. This guy's so lazy, he could gain weight, lose weight, and he doesn't care if he makes you wait. He's got nothing. Look, he says, I got papers showing you everything.
Comprehensive. It's pages and pages. And I got to tell you, I'm really
what an actor.
For it.
Really quick, I just want to ask you a bottom line question. Do you know anybody who's deeply knowledgeable on this subject, who studies at the Pentagon, for example, who believes that these objects are from Russia and China, who believes they're terrestrial, they're foreign military aircraft?
Listen to this.
There's a couple individuals, I'm not going to call them out.
Yeah, call me out. He's talking about Goofon right there. That's how you know they're watching. That's how you know they're watching. Thank you. And third phase of Moon doesn't say it, but back in June, they said something like that. Believe me, they're watching all of us.
And China, who believes they're terrestrial, they're foreign military aircraft.
There's a couple individuals, I'm not going to call them out.
Oh, man, imagine if he said Rich Giordano of Goofon. That'd be like, how'd that happen anyway? Everybody would be like, who?
For whatever reason, still remain extremely apprehensive about this topic. But at the end of the day, you know what? I say, fine, let the data speak for itself. Now that we've got a mechanism.
Look at him smiling, changing, the extra blinking. His adrenaline's going. This guy, he can't even, look, both of them, they close their eyes at the same time because nobody wants to see the truth over there.
Actually collect and analyze this information. Let the data speak for itself, and then
What data? What data? You've given us zero data. Look at this last part again where he calls Goofon out without calling us out.
If there's information that you can't report because it's too classified, you have to report that fact to Congress too. So
He's now saying that if there's information that is collected by the AOI-MSG, it still has to be reported to Congress. Man, this is all bullshit lies. Yeah, I tell you what, Lou, we'll do it again for a goof. We'll do it again, right? We'll consider the data when it comes in. That's what we'll do. That's what we're gonna do. What a bunch of crap. What a bunch of crap. Why did we even need him to come out on Fox and tell us this? Why? We already knew. Everybody knew already. It was already a story with the New York Times, Post, whatever. Gotta go on Taka. If you don't go on Taka, you ain't filling out your contract. We gotta get paid by Fox, so go on Taka. Speaking of Lou Elizondo, we're going to go right into the problem I see with him, Christopher Mellon, joining up. And there's a couple other people in there. I believe, I'm not going to say any other names right now. I just want to focus on those two and Avi Loeb. But before I forget, because I forgot the other day, I couldn't find it. I don't know if anybody saw this movie yet, but I have, and I'm telling you to go watch it. It's Renegade, the life story of David Icke. It's free. It's on YouTube. It's under free movies. I'll put the link in the description after the show. It was really good. I really enjoyed that. I don't want to ruin it, because it's kind of new, so take a look at that. So, yeah, I did. I wanted to talk about that. I can't talk about it, but I wanted to mention it, and that's what it looks like, all right? So, watch that movie. And also, I want to say congratulations to Dark Sky Files for getting his YouTube channel up and reloaded again. He had about 600-700 subscribers. Now he's starting over, so make sure you go over there and check it out. We're going to take a look at one of his videos later today. And today he was playing Cosmic Hoax. It's just a revolution, a rotary of films that and special little TV series and things that all UFO, all paranormal stuff. And it's just on a rotisserie. It's putting something live out on a premiere, like every day, like 6 hours a day. I wish he's going to run out of stuff, but I think what he's doing is re-uploading the stuff that he had to re-upload from the older channel. I'm not sure. I didn't talk to him, but that's what it looks like. So you get a new premiere like every hour or every 2 hours. Yeah. Anyway, check it out. Just thought I'd give him a little help, because I don't think everybody knew that he was back. FAP, what are you doing? Oh, now that's a nice super chat. You're just picking it up. You just rolled it into a little ball, and you slingshotted it across the screen. It went right through. Oh, $10. It went to the other side. That was weird. So thank you for that, FAP. Mucho gusto, generoso. Now, did I? Hold on. Did I miss some people? Nah, I don't think I did. Now I have to check. So sometimes when I'm talking or playing a video, I can't get to super chats right away. And I've been interrupting videos to do that and interrupting a thought and not being able to get back to that thought for the super chat. But I will read them all, and took this, it wasn't really advice. I saw that Truth Seekers was doing it, and I think it's a good idea. I won't miss everybody, but during the show, I won't be able to read them if I'm watching a video. But I did want to say thank you to Lee Guy and FAP. So we've only got the 3. Good. Okay, good. No, I didn't miss anything. But if you also want to help, you can send in a PayPal or Cash App. Goof on. We survived doing the show 6 nights, and now will be 7 nights a week, because Sundays I couldn't do it this week. I just couldn't. I was way under the weather. I wasn't even awake. If you knew, well, anyway, Sundays are going to be not every Sunday, 2 Sundays a month. to the patrons. Black Lotus Productions, we're thinking about having Michael Shred as a guest panelist in January. Any advice, Rich? I have advice. There's 2 shows that I know he did recently. One here and one on Third Phase of Moon. I don't know the name of them. I think it's This Man Knows His UFO History or something like that. That's how it's titled. But the advice is, don't have him repeat those stories. He's got a lot of stories with depictions and illustrations. So ask him for different stories. Tell him, all right, can we not do the Jackie Gleason one maybe? Because that one everybody knows, right? Third Phase said that, and I thought that was really smart. But I love that story. And Michael has illustrations, not on every one, but I think he's got about 70 illustrations, 70 stories. I would ask if he has anything that he thinks nobody's ever heard before. That kind of stuff. And not to repeat the stuff already heard, okay? Thank you, Black Lotus Productions. That is unbelievable. $10 super chat and a continuing supporter of Goof On. Thank you. And good luck with that. If you need anything else, let me know. GG Abby Lynn with 555. You rock, Rich. Thanks for these. That's right. We do. I think we do. I think we do an excellent job here as a team, as a chat room. The moderators, I mean, from top to bottom, I think we have one of the more entertaining shows. And also very informative. A lot of people don't think they get information from Goof On. Believe it or not, you do. You get the information the other channels don't show you. Serious. I think so. And you get the truth. I think you get more of the truth here than anything. Thank you, Gigi Ebulin. Mucho gusto, generoso. Don't forget, it's Lee Guy's birthday today. So if you haven't said happy birthday, give a nice happy birthday middle finger right to Lee Guy. No, don't do that. He's a nice guy. That's funny, but he's a nice guy. He's the Baconator. Yeah. See, I was going to say thumbs up, but everybody does the thumbs up. So I said, be different, be different. And I went with middle finger. And then I thought, oh, no, that's mean. And that's why I said what I said. See, that's how the mind works. A lot of new people here. I want to welcome you over to Goof On. I know some of you came, if not all of you, came from Third Phase of Moon. This isn't a normal show. We do things a little differently here. We tell the truth, and we have a lot of fun. At least I think we have fun. If not, hey, my comedy isn't for everybody. I get it. And it's not that, we are against everything everybody says, but a lot of things that the people in you want to call Lou and in the higher ups, you can, because anybody who's on mainstream media or has a documentary on themselves, that's who we go talk about. That's who we go after. And then we talk about Twitter, the news that comes from Twitter, because the Twitterverse is really bizarre. If you'd like to know, these are the things we talk about. And I will show some videos, of course. Every show we try to get to at least one video, unless we're doing an interview with somebody. And we try to analyze things that were from Third Phase of Moon's archives or the Hidden Underbelly 2.0. He was a guest on the show recently. If you want to check that out, you can find it in the archives a few weeks ago. That was really fun too, I have to admit. And then others. We do ghost videos and just watch some strangeness and things like that. So we split the show up into many categories. There's no set time for anything. Like some shows, like Jimmy Church, the first 30 minutes of his show, you don't even need to be there because he's saying happy birthday to people you might not know, and he's talking about his guitars, his coffee. The show really starts with Jimmy Church 37 minutes in after the commercials. So at the 37-minute mark is when I start my listening on Jimmy Church. So you know that. And here, the first 15 minutes is usually, hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the show, and all the roll call and all that. Anyway, that's a rundown of the show. Have a good night? No, I'm just kidding. I see we've got a nice little crowd here tonight, so I don't want to disappoint. And like I was talking about, Lou Elizondo and Christopher Mellon. Now, I feel that they kind of infiltrated their way. I don't know how the story goes, how they got involved with Avi Loeb, but Avi Loeb is a professor at Harvard who wants to start this project called the Galileo Project, where they look at near-Earth objects, things, right? And he's trying to look for Oumuamua, I don't know why I use those, type objects that could be an alien life force or civilization. He's trying to look for things that don't move normally. So if there was a comet, a comet goes through the sky a certain way. So does an asteroid. Oumuamua did not. Oumuamua came from the interstellar space, so they say, and it came at an angle that is different from most anything we've ever seen, and it had an odd shape to it. And Avi Loeb wrote an article about this thing possibly being an alien spacecraft and using maybe a meteor or an asteroid as its surroundings and able to fly through undetected. And then he also said maybe it has the little the sail on the end of it, that you fire a photon torpedo at it or a laser beam or whatever, and it creates this push onto the umbrella. And it keeps going faster. We came up with that technology too, right? Somebody came up with that technology. Photon thrusters aim at that thing and it pushes it forward somehow, some way with the winds of the universe, I guess. I really don't know. Hey, Cassin Lee. So you're talking about Secure Team? You're right. Secure Team is okay. I think we're exceptional. That's a little different. Secure Team used to be the go-to person, right? As was Third Phase of Moon back in the day. But something happened even before Tyler got into his little adventures. The channel was getting, it seemed like it was like taken granted of. It's like he just put videos up and didn't care if it was a week late or, like it wasn't the video of the day that just came out. He wasn't the go-to guy anymore as far as I see. And then when YouTube changed a lot of the way things are in this community by shadow banning our subject, which they really are, he too was shadow banned. And now he can't get over 2.04 subscribers, 2 million. 2.04. He's been stuck on that since he came back. 2.04. I know, every 100 subscribers. I have a little watcher that watches all the subscribers of channels I watch. It's called YouTube subscriber count. It's free. And you can put in any channel you want, and it tells you how many subscribers they get every day or whatever. So I have that list, and lately the channel is just, putting out stuff that's already been said and through the media and overdone, overcooked, and really doesn't have any meaning. Yeah, he was like 2 weeks late on some things. I'm like, dude, that already happened. Like, who cares? But he still has his base, and he gets about 200 to 250,000 views per video. So live and let live is what I say. Let him go his way. We'll go our way and do what we do. I know more people listen to us. I know more people follow what we say. You just heard Lou Elizondo make a reference to people who still think that everything is like about China or Russia. Yeah, that's right. Here, right here. Because we're the only ones saying it. I don't know anybody else who's saying it as loudly and as proudly as we are. But anyway, it is what it is. None of us are getting many subscribers anymore. It's just the way it is. I just say, Secure Team, do what you got to do. That's your livelihood. Good for you, man. And best of luck with everything over there. I mean that. What are you going to do? We all, there's enough for everybody here. You know what I mean? There's enough pie. We could all have a slice. And there's no reason for me to say anything mean about Tyler. I think enough was enough. Yeah, let's all just do what we do, and that's that. And we're just trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together, which brings me back to why I don't read the chat room that much. I get distracted and I start going off on things. All right, so Mellon and Elizondo hook up with Avi Loeb and the Galileo Project. Now, what this sounds like to me, and I'll say it real quickly, I'm not going to say on this forever, but it sounds like and looks like to me that the counterintelligence agent, along with Moneybags, Christopher Thornton Mellon. You know who Thornton Mellon is? Thornton Mellon was Rodney Dangerfield in Back to School. Very rich mogul type guy with a lot of money who was loud and obnoxious. Which is not Christopher Mellon, loud and obnoxious, but it's just the multi-millions of dollars that this guy has been awarded through birth and has now made his empire. And he's got a lot of money. And he could easily fund. See, I think Christopher Mellon is paying Lou Elizondo. I think Mellon is behind everything. I do. I really do. He's got deep pockets and political ties, and it could easily be done behind the scenes. Handshake deals in the middle of the night. 2 a.m. Lou, meet us at the you-know-where club. The Bada Bing? Forget about it. Yeah. I'm talking about seedy places like that, man. I'm not joking. But I think that would be a mistake. If they're meeting over there. They're not meeting at the Bada Bing. People would know because it's people like us that go to the Bada Bing that are into UFOs. Come on, man. Come on. And I know, you know what's interesting? The James Webb Telescope is going up in a few days, in 9 days from now. And I have a feeling something magical is going to happen with that telescope, if it works. But it's interesting that all of this is coming at around that time. This new office is going up when the James Webb Telescope is just about to be in orbit, 1 million miles away from Earth. I find that interesting. It's a telescope. What does Avi Loeb know about? Telescopes. No, they're going to put a ton of them around the planet, on the planet. It's a $100 million project that has to get approved. So I believe Mellon and Elizondo are offering or have offered, because they're already a team. They offered him a deal. The funding. Isn't it? Don't you think it's the funding? That's why they're there. Come on. Of course it is. And it's also something else. If Avi Loeb and the group capture something, they want to know about it first. And you know what? That isn't a bad deal. If Lou was on our side, that isn't a bad deal. But he's not. Unfortunately. Lou Elizondo and Christopher Mellon are there to keep it hidden. And that's sad. Everything Lou has said has been filled with empty promises. He's given us nothing. The 3 videos, nothing. The 180 days, he didn't do that, but it's still nothing. What have we gotten from Lou? Nothing. He was with TTSA for a couple of years. What did he bring us? Medals that they bought from Linda Moulton Howdy Doody? $35,000? What did those? Oh, right. Nickel. It's a lot of nickel. $35,000 worth of nickel. That's what they found out. An earthly element. Lou Elizondo has done a lot of talking and not a lot of action. And I find this to be a time where this is the last chance. The last of it. This is it. This is it. It's over. I think what we're going to find out, Lou Elizondo and Mellon joining the Galileo Project, they are going to say this. Now, I have no idea when they're having meetings or any of that, but when there's an announcement made next, we are going to bring the evidence to the public. We are going to be transparent. We are going to be everything the AOI MSG is not. Plus, we're going to fund over $100 million worth of the project. And thank you very much. Any questions? It's going to be scary. They're going to say a lot of stuff. And guess what we're going to see? Nothing. Nothing. Do you think you're going to see anything different than what you've seen already? I ask you that. It's an easy answer. The answer is no. I'm not going to see anything special. You're going to see nothing more than blips, blobs, dots, bugs, smudges, misidentifications. I will eat this hat if they ever find a legitimate UFO that communicated with them, that flashed their headlights at them a few times. Hey, we're coming your way. Your headlights are on. All right. You don't have to keep flashing me and my high beams are on. I got it. When we get that kind of confirmation, I'll eat this hat. Unless I have indigestion or IBS or anything else. What do they call that when you have a burning sensation? That's the bad one. I don't feel magical with this. I feel like this is a corruption on another scale. Right, they're doing it right in front of our faces, under our noses, right behind our backs. Andy Gambino, Luis turns tricks for Mellon. And pretty soon he's going to be turning tricks for the entire world if he hasn't already. Thank you, Andy Gambino. That's £5, man. A continuing supporter of GoofOn. Thank you. Appreciate that. Mucho gusto, generoso. It is. It's nothing but tricks. It's nothing but look here. And this is why I think it's China. All right, we have to get into it because the basis of this whole thing goes back to a few years ago when the U.S. military says we are not buying drones from China anymore, specifically DJI. China made DJI drones for the military. I'm talking about the little ones, but also the big ones. The UAV type. Yeah, not the quadcopters, even though those are part of it, but for the military was not buying any more DJI-made drones. And they stopped. And at that time, what do you think was happening? China was definitely, they made software probably that we could see where they're going. Our U.S. military going into private sectors. I mean, there's probably information on there that shows underground bases, hillside into the mountain type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like where Bob Lazar. I mean, China probably knows where a lot of our defense lives. In the mountains, underground. They know where those points are now. China's the threat. And what else did they capture? Well, since China made the best drones in the world, in my opinion, I think they figured out with us using the drones, videotaping it, China hardwiring however they break in with their satellites, and they were watching everything we were doing. And the U.S. military said so. We're letting China step into our office, is what one of these guys, generals, said. I don't remember who, but those were his words. They were with us everywhere we went, and we didn't know it. They sent a spy as a Trojan horse type of thing with the drones. And through masterful planning, China got all the information they needed, and I think it propelled their technology past what we have as far as hypersonic technology goes. I think China has gone past us. I think they're the threat. I think that's why the office is opening up to watch China. But the AOI MSG stepped in to make sure none of this goes public. And whoever else is attached to the AOI MSG, Lou's old office is still there. They say, you took over my old office. Okay. Well, so that means, Lou, you weren't about disclosure. If they are using the same things, the same type of operations that was used when you were there, then that means the public isn't going to get anything in our lifetime. I won't say ever. But I really think... Oh, this is odd. Hold on a second. Well, that is strange. Why? Hold on. This is important to my... hold on. What is this? Oh my God. That is so good. Okay, Dorothy Hawkins. Aw, you're so nice. With the $5 super chat or a PayPal thing. Man, but I also got a very strange... What? Showtime, New York, New York. What is this? I have to look at this right now. Hold on, I'm logging in. This is unbelievable. Somebody may be using my credit card. What is this? Oh, I see what they're doing. Okay. No, that doesn't make any sense. They said they already charged me. All right. Well, I'm protected, so we'll figure that out after. I don't know what's going on. Thanks, Andy. China got me! China got me! That is so true. China just got me. They shut me down, man. The secret's out. Shut them down. Shut them down. No, that's the wrong accent. Shut him down. No, that's not the right accent. Shut him down. Oh, there, I got it now. China doesn't like me talking about them, letting the secrets out. But anyway, that's what I think is going on. I think China infiltrated through DJI, and our government did stop doing business with DJI. We're not using their products anymore. And then China does the one test that goes around the Earth in an hour. 60 minutes, they had a hypersonic rocket just go to the edges of space, come back down, go around the world in an hour. The longest the United States ever got a hypersonic rocket, how long? 9 minutes. That's our longest one. At least that's what they tell us. We don't have any way to stop it either. But there's so much stuff going on and so little that we will get. It's fascinating to me. what little information we're going to get. So that's what I think is happening. I think that that Lou and Mellon are infiltrating and will stop any and all information that could be a threat to the United States, even if it's 1 billion miles away. Now, here's something I want to play for you because this is kind of interesting. I was just talking about the James Webb telescope, and it's going up December 22nd. We're going to do a live launch show on that, no matter what time it is. Even if we're doing a show, if it's within 2 hours of the show, we'll wait and do it. You know, we'll show up an hour earlier. But I'm going to play this little clip for you. This has to do with the, wow. It's supposed to do with the James Webb telescope. Come on. This isn't funny. Where is it? I just had it. Here. Okay, I'll pull it back up again. I got it. And it's called Looking Back in Time. Right. Oh, here it is. Oh my God, I was looking right at it. It just changed on me. Here we go. This is about the James Webb telescope from 60 Minutes. We'll pick this apart because the James Webb telescope could bring disclosure, but it won't.
This December 22nd may become known as the day the universe changed.
What?
That Wednesday, NASA expects to launch the James Webb Space Telescope.
Merry Christmas.
The largest and most expensive instrument ever flown. 100 times more powerful than the 31-year-old Hubble telescope, Webb can see back in time all the way to the let there be light moment. That instant when a cold, dark universe ignited into stars.
Bull crap. That's bull crap right out of the gate. They're not going to be able to look back to when the universe started. And let me tell you why and what they're going to find out. Because Hubble can see 13.8 billion years. They are assuming that is the beginning of the Big Bang, right? Well, what if it isn't? The James Webb telescope is going to see 50% further than Hubble, which means we're at 14 billion years, just to round it up. That means another 7 billion years, which makes it 21 billion years into the light source that started the Big Bang. So how could the Big Bang start at 14 billion years ago if the James Webb telescope is going to see 50% further into the past, which means they're adding on another 7 billion years of light, which means that it keeps going on and on and on. There's no end to the universe, not the galaxy. We live in a galaxy. I'm talking the universe. The observable universe goes back 13.8 billion years. But if the James Webb telescope can see 50% further, that means it's 21 billion years. Let's take a listen.
The story will continue in a moment.
Damn right it will.
A lot bigger than I imagined.
She's a big one.
A year ago, we were
That's a lot bigger than I imagined. Let's do the innuendos. Ready? Innuendos. No, that's what she said.
among
Get out. Now, this thing is only going to last between 5 to 10 years. That's the life expectancy. Hell, man, that thing can go for 30 years. Nobody's going to go out and fix it. If it doesn't work, it's done. If the mirror, the largest one of its kind ever devised, doesn't open up, it's a fail. And that mirror is going to protect the James Webb telescope from heat, the elements, radiation, cold. It protects its instruments while also throwing signals back to Earth. And it's an amazing project. I can't play this whole thing. So all I can do is just, pause it here and there and throw in my... She has no confidence this is going to work. That's what she just said by not saying those words. He says, how confident are you that this is going to work? Her reply basically was, well, we did everything we were supposed to. We don't know. Just say it like that, lady. Listen to this.
We'll have to squint for hours to expose an image. How much confidence do you have?
You know,
She can't even speak. This is awful. Oh my God, it's not going to work.
my job is to worry. I personally
My job is to worry. So she worries constantly. I get that. That's human nature. Did I do it right? Did everybody else follow protocol? Is everything ready to go? What did we miss? What didn't we miss?
feel confident that we have thought of everything.
We thought of everything, but we didn't think of everything. You can't think of everything to go wrong. Oh my God, this is going to fail, isn't it? When the lady who is running this thing, right? Wasn't she like overseeing it? Yeah. When she says, I'm confident that I'm going to worry, I'm confident that it's not going to work, well, I have to worry. My job is to worry, she said. So in other words, there's no answer. That is amazing.
Thinking of everything, Mylar birthday balloons.
The layer facing the sun is layer 1.
Isn't that great? We can't get away from balloons, can we? Our whole life is balloons. The first 100 million universes? I'm not sure what he meant by that. That's not... You mean 100 million billion? Ugh. I can't play anymore. But this is a great... Tomorrow. We'll continue this tomorrow. That's what we'll do. We'll continue with this tomorrow. We'll go where we left off with the redheaded queen of the new telescope. Whatever. It's an interesting thing. When that goes up, I'm telling you, they're not going to find aliens, but they're going to find some things that they've never seen before. This is really, really important that this thing works. James Webb Telescope must work. If it doesn't, I'll be very, very sad. Very sad. I've been waiting since 2014. For me, it's just been an up and down emotional thing. Because, you know, they got close a few times. And then just before launch, no, we got to cancel. Something wrong with the computer. Of course. Hold on, I'm seeing something here.
Everybody.
I might want to play.
Okay.
Oh. Here's a video that was sent to me by Nathan Allen. Says, for goof on, ghosts and aliens. Nathan, I just saw this in Twitter. I'm going to play it for us. See what this is. I have no idea what this is, but it's a good segue into the next thing we're going to talk about here. And that is Twitterverse and some other stuff.
Rich and everyone in Goopon, I was just on this person's TikTok live, and I said, aliens, just all caps and question marks, and she was talking to the ghost Jimothy. Well, Jimothy kind of said, oh, we're not supposed to talk about that. I'm not supposed to talk about that. And it was a whole big thing right at the end of her live. So she's probably going to do one based on it. But I had to tell you this. I don't know where she's located. I think up north. But, or I'm not sure. She does a lot of stuff with trains. But check it out. I said, aliens? And the ghost said, oh, I'm not supposed to talk about that. So they know about something. And she's in, well, she said North Carolina has a lot of alien sightings, lights in the sky. So I'm like, that's whatever. But
I'm Rebecca.
Then the ghost was like, yeah. And she started talking, just watch her live when she comes up. Please. Holy crap. Yeah. The ghosts, the ghosts that are around know about the aliens. So, yeah, that is her channel. Go
I don't
there,
understand.
Subscribe. She's really good. She's a medium. So, I'm not saying, I'm not promoting her channel just because of the aliens thing. Is she was like, oh my God, I can't believe I just learned that. I'm like, okay. And the ghost Jimothy knows about it. He's like, well, I can't talk about that. I'm not supposed to talk about that. Oh yeah, well, who makes you not supposed to talk about that? What happens if you do? That's I would love to meet her and all the ghosts, because I want to know. I have a theory. All right, that's all for this one. Thanks. Bye, Google. This is only for you guys.
All right. I don't know if I was supposed to show that, but thank you. Yeah, if you, it's okay. I got it ready. What is going on here, Walt? Hey, Rich, I think I'm a Patreon. Oh, a Patreon? Are you? Did we get a new patrons? I didn't get any notifications of any new patrons. Let's take a look. Patrons in the night, they're holding closely, waking me up right. They're mainly... Oh, I do got a new one. Who is that? Let's see who the new patron is. How do I get there? I don't ever use this page. I don't use the online one. It doesn't tell me. Why doesn't it tell me? Phil, it says, is a new patron. We talked about Phil. Well, Walt, I don't know where you are. View relationship, view this. View messages. Send them a I don't know, man. This is weird. All right, I'll get back to it. Well, if you're a patron, well, thank you very much. Let me see. Maybe this is it. Here we go. Let's see. No. Here we go. Maybe this is it. No. What? What? I can't do this now. I'll have to get back, but thank you. All right, back to Walt. Thank you. If you're a patron, thank you very much. Let's get back to this Quirks and Conjure, because I pulled it up. Here it is. Thanks, Nathan. And this is live with Rupert the Ghost. An hour and 13 minutes? Let's give it a peek. Oh my God, I can't stand watching people eat.
What does it say? Yay. Many, many, many years. Being an empath.
I can't watch her eat. I hate hearing the swallows.
Okay. Literally every time I ask him a question, it freezes. So does that mean that when he answers, it freezes? Interesting.
Oh my God, she's a slurping, sipping maniac.
It looks creepy. Thank you for the gift. So yeah, that's a thing. No, he's like, we've talked about this. And I'm like, I know. But there are, by the way, over 900 people watching this right now.
Oh my God.
He says, wow. He's like, what an audience. So many people in that small device.
Oh my God.
Anyway, can you come up with another memory maybe?
I can't. I'm getting angry. I am. I'm extremely angry right now. How could she only have... Look, from 2021 October, She had 900 watching. Why are there only 2,448 views? That logic doesn't make sense. She's got to be lying about the number.
He's thinking. He's very pale, very small. A more crowded area. Not even third story. Most of them are wooden. And there are people in the street.
I'm going to have to watch that and pick out certain things because that was just given as a gift by Nathan. But I'm going to have to pick what I'm going to go through because that is new. And usually I find the new stuff on my own. When people send me things, I have to go through it usually before the show to make sure it's something I want to talk about. Or in this one, she's talking like herself that I see. Like if I had Zitch here, Zitch would be like, you know, he would have a different voice. It's not going to be like, oh, Zitch is telling me, well, if she's not really, she's channeling, but she's just hearing the ghost talk to her. So she's just talking in her own voice. She's transcribing verbally. She's a verbal transcriber. So I'll look into that. Thanks, Nathan. Unbelievable what people are doing. What a show. I tell you. All right. So I'm just going to break things up a little bit more just before we get into the Twitterverse, because when I was younger, this has nothing to do with the paranormal, by the way, but this has to do with professionalism and being a good speaker. And Jen Psaki, who is the White House, what is she? The representative of some, she has briefings with reporters about current events pretty much daily. And then she did this one, it's every one, where the thing that she says is the word It's not even a word, but or something like But she does it so much, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. This woman shouldn't be in front of an audience at all. She's one of the worst house speakers, period, that I've ever heard. And I'm going to play a little bit of it. It has nothing to do with her being, for Biden or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that. This is strictly English language. This is everything about this administration. They can't speak. Pelosi, she can't speak. She's got the Biden jitters. He can't speak. And now Jen Psaki can't speak. This is unbelievable to me. I don't know what are they drinking over there?
Well, I would just reiterate that, as the president has said, January 6th was one of the darkest moments in our country's history. And there's no question that this investigation is vitally important to get to the bottom of what happened that day and prevent it from ever happening again.
Let's do this. I don't know. Let's start it at 11 minutes, and we'll go for 1 minute and count how many she does here. I don't know if I'm at the right point, but I remember I lost count at one point when I did this earlier today. And for some of you who used to be here, I am going to bring the bell into this. The bell of all bells. Remember that bell? All right, let's turn it up a little. Not that much. All right. Ready? We're looking for ums. Now, I'm going to pick a number in 1 minute to 12 minutes. I'm going to say 14 ums. Now, mind you, shouldn't even be in here. Ready? So let's go from 11 to 12. You can see 11 down here and go.
The timing of the Build Back Better agenda.
As soon as he's done with the question.
take a pause here, and it really is just
we're going to start at right after the question.
Until next year to have a bigger discussion on this. Or what is his view of Senator Schumer?
11:15.
Still hope,
Nope.
which seems fleeting at this point, to get this done by Christmas.
11:20 to 12:20.
Senator Schumer continues to press forward with getting this done, making progress in advance of Christmas, and we're fully supportive of that.
2.
It goes into the new year. Does the president believe that would be better to preserve this agenda? I mean, Senator Manchin this morning is...
this is the wrong part.
Reservations about
Too much talking from the reporters.
What we've been trying...
Here we go.
Will not impact inflation.
Look at her lip. She licks her lips. I don't know why. Watch.
What else can the White House do to make the case that this
She does
will
it so bad.
impact inflation?
We're going to do a minute. I still say 14.
And of course others.
Well, what we've been trying to do, and I'm sure the president, if this is part of what Senator Manchin would like to discuss, will make this case directly as well. That is to highlight the fact that it's not just us, but it is a range of economists.
That was an accident.
17, Nobel laureates who have conveyed this will help address inflation over the long term. And that when we talk about inflation, and this may be the way that the president and Senator Manchin can discuss this in a more accessible and human way, it's about how we lower costs for the American people and people who are looking at their budgets for next year, maybe the first quarter of next year or the first half of next year, and they're trying to figure out how to pay for childcare, and they're trying to figure out how to make sure they can put food on the table. And this Build Back Better plan will help lower costs for people across the country. That is fundamentally what it will do. So we will continue to make that case publicly and privately to Senator Manchin as well.
One more on the Manchin.
Well, that was 10 in 45 seconds. Now, listen, there's this one part where that's all she says is, I can't believe this.
We, of course, need 50 votes in order to do that. So we're continuing to work through the process of getting there.
But if that deadline doesn't seem to be enough so far to get Manchin to come around, he's made clear he wants to get this right. It doesn't seem that he's in a rush necessarily to come.
We're in a place to make that prediction from here, nor is anyone at this point in time. I mean, the president supports this package, of course, because it includes an extension of the child tax credit, but also because it will lower the cost of prescription drugs, of child care, of elder care, of housing.
Here we go. This is the part
that are impacting people across this country.
After this.
He thinks that's a pretty compelling case. The American public agrees. They like all of those components too. But he also understands how the legislature...
When he's first deployed American forces to Eastern Bloc NATO forays into Ukraine, he suggested that there was something like that in the works, so we're just seeking some clarification.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you seeking clarification. I think as our national security advisor has touched on, and I don't think we've tried to hold back from, there are a number of NATO partner countries, of course, in Eastern Europe, Eastern flank countries, as you just referred to them. And what happened, if you look back post-2014, is a lot of these NATO partner countries were looking for reassurance. We're looking to plus up the presence there. We're looking for additional rotational deployments, and certainly that is on the table should Russia decide to invade Ukraine.
Why can't I find it?
Announced a commitment that fake score about a bill that doesn't exist, and we should really focus on the actual bill everybody's going to vote on and considering in Congress right now.
Okay, another topic. Pauses.
Announced a commitment that she's announcing this afternoon.
Why is it that she has not spoken to the president of Guatemala since June? That's 6 months.
Well, I know that I did see this kind of strange report from the president of Guatemala saying that he's had no contact with the White House, which is inaccurate.
He said Vice President Harris. He has not spoken to her, and if she's in charge,
this is it.
Why is that?
Well, we have had a range of conversations, Peter, I think as reflected in our readout we put out last week with our national security advisor, with the vice president's national security advisor, with our NSC senior director, Juan Gonzalez. We put out an extensive readout of that just last week, and we'll continue that high level of engagement.
Okay. Final topic. Do you think it's possible that big cities are dealing with these...
God, I can't stand her anyway.
Right now, an increase are too soft on crime.
Here we go.
I would say we have seen, I'm not going to attribute the reasoning from here. What I will tell you is we have seen an increase in crime over the course of the pandemic.
I give up.
There are a range of reasons for that. And what our focus is on is what we can do to address it. The president has proposed additional funding in the budget to make sure local police departments and cops have the funding they need. We have also worked directly with police departments in areas where they are seeing the highest impact of the crime.
Look at her hands.
Theft, which we have great concern about. That's what our focus is on currently, is action and doing what we can to make sure the funding is out there to the communities that need it the most.
What is wrong with me? What was I doing? Why can't I find the part?
And is that typically
She did it.
affairs and other
And sometimes there's additional staff available in case there are follow-up questions. I can check and see if there's more details on that.
And the president
I'm
talked
done.
about going to Kentucky on Wednesday, but not having decided exactly where he's going. And we know that.
And I think as you've seen him do, Kelly, and I can't remember if you were on the trip. I think you were when he went to the Northeast. He also wants to hear directly from people, and he wants to offer his support directly to them. People who have gone through over the last couple of days really incredible challenges, losing their home, losing loved ones, losing parts of their community that they've grown up with. And I think he wants to offer his support directly to them as well. So I would expect it's a combination of those pieces.
You expect it to extend.
There's something wrong with me. All right, let's go. Twitterverse. Post-disclosure world. I don't know why I put this in there. He says, through Ross Cuthart's investigations, he's been told that UFO back in engineering efforts have led to little success. Dr. Eric Davis says the same. It's my strong bias that this is true. Oh, thank God. UFO Jesus is giving us his strong bias. Thank goodness. Oh, my goodness. He says, I'll change my opinion if good evidence counters my bias. But I just haven't seen it. Who gives a shit? Here's something that's interesting. Now, I don't know if a lot of you are familiar with the Havana syndrome, where Americans were staying over in Cuba, and they were staying in the hotel, and they thought they were being hit with some sort of weapon. I don't know what kind. It was the kind that throws waves at you, and it can hurt you. Sound waves, tropical waves, I don't know. But electromagnetic waves. But what happened to these people, they were getting very severe headaches. And when they x-rayed their skull and their brain, they noticed that the side that was hurting was enlarged, or the brain was kind of pulling away from the skull almost. And they were getting a very strange anomaly on this side, or whatever side they had the headache, wherever that beam was hitting them. Fast forward to 2019, I believe it was, on Skinwalker Ranch, that TV show. One of the guys said he just falls down. He goes and gets x-rayed, major migraines, and they show an x-ray of his skull with that anomaly in it. That it was his skull was being, his brain was being ripped out of its, supposedly. Remember that? No, it wasn't Dragon. It was the tattoo guy, whatever his name was. But anyway, fast forward to today's Twitterverse. UAP Mike says, would like to know more about this at UFO Twitter, or hashtag, brain damages to air crews. This last is in the rumor category. Supposedly, some air crews are showing brain symptoms similar to Havana syndrome, which would indicate a bad state actor involved. A bad state actor involved. I don't know what that means. However, looking at history in World War II, a whole bomber crew was hospitalized with debilitating headaches after a UFO encounter investigated years afterwards by Dr. James McDonald. About a decade later, the pilot was involved with the UFO incident witnessed from the ground. He had the same severe headache, In any case, some of the above 3,000 aircraft crew cases are many people who are still alive. Here, we could have either confirmations or subjects for control medical investigations. If this rumor is true, do such cases start before 2004? Yeah, of course they do. But nobody knows. Nobody's going to do that kind of investigation. That would be interesting to know. Now, if there's millions of people who were abducted by aliens, shouldn't they, too, have this extreme swollen part of the brain or maybe even headaches? We don't know. But I think we do know. What if it's a weapon and it was just used, it wasn't used during abductions? So maybe it's just a weapon. They need to do this on all the UFO cases that are inside the government that were close encounters. Not a dot in the sky, okay? Not something on the ground, something flying within the vicinity, within safe space of an aircraft, or hovering around somebody on the ground within 50 feet. I think that would be a great, that would cost a lot of money and a huge boots on the ground team to do something like that. Imagine, first you got to do all the research on all the people who had close encounters. Then you had to find out if they were still alive, find their address, go to the address, and see if they're still there. Yeah, no thank you. That's something for Jim Fox to do. James, are you on that? All right. Nick Pope was in Twitterverse today, kids. And I think you're going to enjoy this one. Are you kidding me? Nick Pope tweeting? It is true. Nick Pope says, breaking news. The UK Ministry of Defence gave me this statement. I can confirm that Ministry of Defence has not seen the classified version of the ODNI UAP report. So the UK decision not to restart UFO investigations was made on the basis of an unclassified public summary. So the UK decision not to restart UFO investigations was made on the bias of an unclassified public summary. So, no, it wasn't, Nick. They're just not doing it, dude. They just don't want to. So look at this. People replied. And Shadows of Your Mind said what I just said. Didn't they already say that in the House of Lords last June? No, Nick Pope says. Baroness Goldie used phrases like, the Ministry of Defense notes the content of the report, and we are of course aware of the U.S. assessment, but never differentiated between the unclassified and classified versions. Turns out they hadn't seen the latter. Says who? Says you. So, Baroness Goldie said the Ministry of Defense notes the content of the report. Yeah, we see the contents, she says. We are, of course, aware of the U.S. assessment. They're aware of the assessment, but never differentiated between the unclassified and classified versions. Turned out they hadn't seen the latter. No, that's not what that means. That's not what that means at all. Nick. Speaking of Baroness, isn't it true that Margaret Thatcher told that author who wrote about Rendlesham that she must have all the facts and you can't tell the people? What did Mrs. Thatcher know? Bully. Nick Pope, he's making something out of nothing. All right, this might get a little interesting here. This comes from Futura Ultra, and I think you might be interested. We're going to listen because it says on podcast UFO at JRAM 1111, a retired GS-15 CIA officer talks about attending a presentation held by very senior members of the CIA with members of the Invisible College present about finding alien DNA in the human genome. What?
Whatsoever, no badges, completely open inside this conference room, was not a skiff. And to hear what I heard and said, okay, there's something to this story. And they related to the fact that they went back to after World War II for this hybrid story. And they didn't present any evidence. So when they say, I have no evidence, I agree with you. I don't have any evidence. All I have is these two top officials saying that the CIA has been interested in the hybridization of humans and that discovered alien DNA in the human genome. That's what they told me.
Let's listen to that again.
Completely open inside this conference room, was not a skiff. And to hear what I heard and said, okay, there's something to this story. And they related to the fact that they went back to after World War II for this hybrid story. And they didn't present any evidence. So when they say, I have no evidence, I agree with you. I don't have any evidence. All I have is these two top officials saying that the CIA has been interested in the hybridization of humans and that discovered alien DNA in the human genome.
You see, this is the problem. Nobody heard this. Nobody's hearing this. There's no corroboration between YouTube channels. Now, if Martin at the podcast UFO had told me that, we need to talk about this, this would be major. Man, we could share it between each other. See, this is the problem with YouTubers. They don't want to collaborate. They're afraid you're going to steal their views. You're going to get their subscribers, when in fact it's the opposite. Now, I'm not saying Martin did that. He didn't. This is what I want to see happen. This is what Third Phase of Moon did with me and Michael and Apollo and Dr. J and anybody else involved. We are sharing all the information we gather together. This is very important to listen to. This is amazing stuff, what this guy is telling us. And just to have it go by on a podcast one day, never to be talked about again, just goes into the ether, and whoever finds it, finds it. It won't be shared much unless it gets to other YouTube shows. It's a shame. It's a shame that, and I think it's hard to collaborate too, because some people, if you get in an argument with them down the road, they may just, ding you for copyright. You never know. That's what YouTube has become, because information like this guy is sharing it's rather interesting. I mean, who knows if it's real or not, but it may be a piece of a puzzle to another story that somebody said. Maybe somebody else was there and they corroborate the story. Well, we'll never know. More people hear it, the better. Like, I'm willing to share that Michael Schratt interview with everybody. All they have to do is ask. But if anybody wants it, just ask me. That's all we ask. Just put the link in the description and just shout out the channel. Well, it's exactly what we do here for everybody else. Anyway, he just said that the CIA is familiar with alien genome mixed in with human genome. And then he stopped.
That's what they told me. So if I get permission to use their names, and they're still alive, if I get permission to use their names, then that offers another avenue for researchers to actually knock on their doors and ring their phones to say, hey, where's the evidence? How did you know this yourself?
Right. Go knock on those 80-year-old doors. Find out if they still remember anything about that. Oh, I got an NDA. I can't talk about that there, Chief. Well, we're doing a story. I told you I can't talk about it. I'm about to die. Well, be a whistleblower. A who? A whistleblower. A what? A whistleblower. Go blow it out your ass. I ain't whistleblowing up nobody. This is the problem. We need to get these people to speak up. That's what John Ramirez here is saying. John Ramirez, your name's, well, all right.
That they told me and others in that room about alien DNA. And so that's where I'm at right now. And in conjunction with that, I wanted to get my medical records from CIA. And as a separate process, it's not a FOIA process for employees or former employees of the CIA. We go through a different internal channel where we can self-identify as CIA officers because I have a secret number. Like I said, it's not 007, but there is a number that they can look up and then actually say, yeah, this guy is CIA.
Interesting. Interesting. What is that? Part 1 of 3? You mean there's more? Part 1 of 3. Wow. Let's see if there's 2 and 3 here. I didn't do this yet. There's part 1 of 3. Part 2 of 3. All right, let's continue a little bit. It should be playing here. It's not, though.
Ain't just in any type of way. But how would they know alien from, I mean...
So I give credence to the fact that Roswell actually happened. And I believe personally that bodies were recovered. And if these...
Right, you would have to suspend disbelief in your reality to actually see this as a real thing. Because if you don't believe in the Roswell story, which I don't know anymore, after Michael Schratt explaining a lot of new things to me, well, then this story doesn't work out for you. But he is suspending his disbelief into believing in Roswell to accept this stuff.
Bodies were examined, and then their DNA was examined, and they know what that alien genome looked like, and they look at humans, and they can identify the same sequences in human genome. I think that's what led them to believe that there's a hybridization of humans.
Wow. So he's saying that the CIA extracted, well, not the CIA, but whatever, they extracted alien genome and matched it up to human genome and is saying there is a hybrid. That's pretty good stuff. That is interesting. I have to admit. That is a good interview right there. Very good stuff. Wow. I like that. I really do. Oh, hey, Walt, it just popped up. There you are. Thank you very much. Walt Corbin is now a new member of the patrons. He's a Goof On patron. Thank you very much. For you, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are a very kind and gentle person. Thank you very much for that. That's amazing. There's going to be some nice stuff going on over there. Yeah. There was supposed to be a video this morning right here on Goof On, but I fell ill, so I couldn't do it. I just can't. You have no idea. It sucks being a diabetic without your medication. With any. It doesn't work for me. Anyway, I digest. We already did the Lou thing. What else we got here? Oh, new spy plane. This is old, believe it or not. I believe this was in 2014. And this person claims that they captured on video this airplane. I got to show this to you. I thought it was really interesting. And it's from years ago. Watch.
Texas. What's that in the sky over Kansas?
What? Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Look at this. That looks interesting, don't it? Ah, don't it?
That is the strangest thing I've seen as far as aviation.
3-1, flight runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Every day at an airport restaurant in Amarillo, a motley crew of airplane buffs sits down and looks up.
They are aviation junkies. They love it.
And they see things you can't see anywhere else. Military aircraft cruise over Amarillo like sharks looking for bait fish.
If you're flying east-west or north-south across the United States, you probably fly over Amarillo.
A group that might be called the Interceptor Club watches everything military that flies over. But back in March, they spotted 3 craft they'd never seen before, about 6 miles up.
We had
Wow.
something completely unique.
A triangle, like a stealth bomber,
Wow.
but not a stealth bomber.
The back edge was flat.
Wow.
It wasn't jagged.
A few weeks later, the same shape was snapped by another spotter in Kansas.
This is when we first saw it flying in formation from the back side of the airport.
Steve Douglas is something between an aircraft enthusiast and a fanatic. He's sitting in what he jokingly calls KitchCom, a nook of his kitchen crammed with electronic gear to monitor aircraft traffic.
Wow, what a cool looking setup. That's a setup right there.
He's got a special antenna to pick up satellite transmissions.
That's cool. I can't keep playing it, but that is unreal. They got some stuff, man. They're hiding it. You know they are. Come on, that was 2014. That was 2014. 2014. Oh, I gotta play this video from Dark Sky. Yeah, let's play it. It's gonna take, we're gonna show, this is very fun. This is a recent one from 5-7 hours ago. And it is Martin Stubbs. I always thought this guy was a little cuckoo, cuckoo. But who knows? He reminds me of a guy named Jeff Willis, big hoaxer in Phoenix. Check it out.
The first download came, I found
Yeah.
our spherical phenomena.
Did you set out to try and find the phenomena, or did it start off as a sort of self-education exercise in watching the mission footage?
It was everything. It was a self-education thing. It was a curiosity of why no one from the year 1991 till 1994 had bothered to look at any other footage. And I was quite naive and wasn't aware it was all being downloaded because I bought into the popular culture or the urban myth that they were scrambling it and it wasn't available since '48. I've been an editor for 25 years as well as everything else. And I spend an awful lot of my day looking at videotape at amazingly fast speeds, reviewing people's programs for critique reasons and things.
Sure.
My eyes are trained, and I kept seeing something. So when I started breaking the frames down, I found you still couldn't find it. You'd go from this frame to this frame, and there'd be a quick movement. So then I had to get a videotape recorder, an SVH machine, an older model, funny enough, not the video. And that's when I found them.
So you were finding these on one of those 60 frames?
I found, in fact, the first one I found, I only found one.
And how come nobody's doing this anymore? Huh? Why isn't anybody doing that anymore? Because it's bullshit. That's all. You guys can watch the rest of that on Dark Sky Files. Become a subscriber like I did. See? Oh, looks like a couple of people went over there. Thank you. Yeah, we got to get that back up. What else we got? Yeah, I was going to play more of that Martin Stubbs, but I didn't see it. Interstellar space travel. Let's do this. Mysterious sea creature caught on camera. Okay, this is...
All right, y'all, the image above me.
I don't know if this is real. But I was trying to look for this thing all over the internet, and I couldn't find it. Does anybody know what this is?
Has recently surfaced from the dark depths of the web, and it has the internet community buzzing. It seems to be a picture of a lone solitary sub traveling through the ocean. And it's completely unaware of the fact that this sea creature is following it.
Is that real?
It's hard to make out exactly what it is, but it seems to have multiple limbs, and it is massive. Could this be one of the 86% of creatures unknown in the ocean?
Come on. Now, my thing is, why is there a camera underwater taking picture of the submarine? Makes no sense. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Makes no sense. And when it doesn't make sense, what does that mean? It's not true. That's right. Very good, everybody. You guys are all on board with this. You guys get it. I got more here. Hold on. This is good. Interstellar space travel. No, that's for tomorrow. Who's this? No, it can't do that. Where is it? There's something I have to show you. Oh, is this it? No. I want to show it, but I don't. No, I'm not doing that. Let's see. There's the craziest Uber passenger ever. You want to see this? Why don't we look at this? You are going to flip out over this. I'm going to say this now. I'm going to say that this can't be real the way we think it is. It's really happening to this Uber driver, but I think she is an Uber shopper. I think she's one of these people who is paid to see and test the patience of Uber drivers and then give a review. That's how bad this is. I've never seen anything like it, but I know people like this. This is amazing. I don't like ending we're not ending the show on a negative note. This is a good learning note. Take a look.
Seat is leaning on my knee. You have to have consideration for passengers when they get in your car.
This person is the definition of entitlement. Now, in the past, we've seen quite a few crazy, unhinged. This might just be the most insane and into it.
Here we go.
Are you Ben?
Yes, I am. How are you doing today?
Can you do me a favor? Can you move the seat forward because it's hitting my knees at this point?
Yeah, no problem. Hold on.
It's very uncomfortable.
Is that better? Sorry about that.
No, thank you.
Well, there's no point in saying sorry. It was already, it was already pushing on my knees. But
Oh my God.
that's what most of you Uber drivers do anyway. I'm not trying to come off rude, but can you hold on? I didn't even put my seatbelt on, sir.
For someone not trying to come off as rude, she seems to be doing a horrible job at that so far. And this lady hasn't even been in the car for a
This is taken over. This is taking the place of Cartnarks today.
full 60 seconds yet. It's literally been 30 seconds, and there's been nothing but complaints coming out of this person's mouth. I'm actually amazed at how much you found to complain about within that time frame. Just an overall stellar first impression so far.
Can you please? I don't feel comfortable not wearing my seatbelt first. Can you, slow down? You rush? Because if you're in a rush, I'm gonna panic. This right here is loose. This almost poked me.
Alright.
This is broken.
It's probably for my past clients. They were probably rough with the seatbelt.
Yeah, well, you need to fix that because that could have stabbed me. And I wouldn't be happy if that happened.
Oh yeah, because you totally strike me as an already very happy person. This seatbelt isn't gonna stab you. I don't think I've ever even heard of someone sustaining seatbelt stabbing injuries. That's just not something that happens. Anyways, if this isn't this lady's unhappy state, then I can't even fathom to imagine what she's like when she's mad. Maybe we're about to find out.
Alright, I'm in.
That-
now you can drive.
That's the female Lou Elizondo. No, I'm
You
kidding.
have the correct address there?
Yes.
I'm heading Are you familiar with this area, sir?
Yes, I am. So how are you doing
I've
today,
been in
ma'am?
several accidents. The last Uber driver, I was in the car and he was speeding on a turn and he hit the side rail. And quite honestly, I am scared getting in these vehicles, but unfortunately my vehicle was totaled due to a drunk driver. So I'm kind of iffy on trusting people with my life.
So let me get this straight. Not only have you been in several accidents, but your car has also been recently totaled by a drunk driver. Why do I have the impression that she was the drunk driver in that situation and got her own car totaled? I guess technically she's not lying about it. Her car did indeed get totaled by a drunk driver.
It's too hot in here. Can I lower this window or something?
Oh my God.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
You like it really hot in here, man. It's like
A hot box.
The Amazon. It's crazy in here. You're not hot?
A little bit.
Do you have air conditioner? I prefer the air conditioner.
Yeah. Hold
my
on.
hair's gonna get ruined.
How's her hair gonna get ruined? It's in a ponytail.
Is that better?
If you could please point the vents towards me, because it's like facing the window that direction. I think it should be facing me, don't you think? And why isn't it staying there? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Why did it flip up like that?
Sorry, but these are loose for some reason.
I swear, this lady will find just about anything to complain about, it seems like. It's almost like a Uber driver's face. You don't look happy. Facial expression.
Like I said, I've been in accidents before with Uber drivers. I'm not saying you're the one that's going to do it, but I'm saying I've been in this situation before, and I don't want to be in an accident. You know, your seatbelt is really tight around my neck now. It really is tight. Has anybody else complained about this?
No, ma'am. No, they have not. Huh? Well, then take it off.
No, I'm not going to take it off.
Well,
I need this for my protection.
Do you want to move to the left side?
You shouldn't choke me out while I'm in the back seat here.
Well, ma'am.
Pretty soon you're going to have a passed out passenger over here. You know, one thing is, this thing over here, the buckle is loose on the back here. This plastic poked me when I got in. You have the seat back hitting my knees, okay? And now, the vent stays up, which I'm not even getting air. It's like, I'm not...
I got it on full blast here.
I'm not happy with
It's literally 50...
I'm sorry, I'm not knocking you.
It's 53 degrees outside, ma'am. You want to open up all the windows?
No, I told you, I don't want my hair... I'm going to an important meeting right now. Like, I can't have my hair on.
You're having an important meeting at 7 p.m.?
What is that your concern? What the fuck I do? Huh? How is it your concern, sir? I'm trying to explain to you, I'm not getting any ventilation right now. Okay? And I don't appreciate your smart remark about me having a meeting at 7 o'clock, which I'm going to be late.
I got distracted watching it. I can't stand this lady. I can't stand this woman. My God, people are just rude. She is never going to be happy. Anyway, eventually, believe it or not, she asks that he drop her off at a ShopRite so she can get another Uber. And to me, that doesn't make sense. Like, if you have a meeting at 7 and you were running a little bit behind, why would you wait for another Uber? Which makes me think that she's one of these people that shops Uber drivers and gives them bad reviews, or just looking for a free ride? I don't know. It's weird. But that'll wrap it up for tonight. Hey, I want to thank everybody for hanging out at GoofOn. I appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. I can't thank the new people who showed up tonight. My happy birthday to Lee Guy. Let's not forget that. Happy birthday, Baconator. And I want to thank the moderators and super chatters, because without you guys, this show doesn't run smoothly, and it doesn't run every single day. So because of your help and your mucho gusto generosity, we are here every night just about. So I thank you for that. And I also want to thank the newcomers, the veterans. Thank you for hanging out, just giving the show a few minutes. It's all we ask. See if you like it. And if you do, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell. Make that bell all white. You got to click on it twice, I believe. And this way you get all notifications if YouTube sends them out. But thank you very much for giving the show a chance. And like I said, we'll be back tomorrow night. I'm Rich Giordano, where GoofOn is truthology for ufology. And that's the truth. Good night, everybody.